This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking you up with the best of the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Murigu, and I am a commercial model and content creator.
Yeah, so from your Instagram, I was able to even see that model, content creator, brand ambassador. So, I would just like to ask you, what came first?
Brand ambassador. Brand ambassador came first. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say how it happened.
Yeah, you can say.
Okay, so this is actually a very funny story. So I remember it was during when I was having my exams. And my friend sent me an application to apply for being a brand ambassador to Dendry. And I was like, okay, this is something so new. I've never thought of even being a brand ambassador of anything. I don't know how this happens. And my friend, she encouraged me to apply, and I did. And unajua zile una apply alafu unaacha tu unasema it's okay, at least I've tried. And then like 2 weeks later I'm being shortlisted. I'm like, wait, okay. This is actually happening. And so yeah, I was shortlisted. People voted for me. I was applied as the brand ambassador for Mombasa. Yes, that's how it came up to be. And then from brand ambassadoring, I got the opportunity with LG as well. I auditioned for LG. I got it, and I was like, okay, I guess this is something I could keep on doing. And that was also like the gateway to content creation, because I realized like my pages were growing with what I was doing with different brands. And I thought to myself, maybe if I could venture into doing something for myself, not for other brands, maybe it could be able to reach further audiences as well. Yes, that's how it came to be.
So is that first opportunity what led you to, is that what sparked your interest in modeling, or it's something that you wanted to do from childhood?
That's actually a good question. This is actually something I've not really talked about to many people, but like I used to, like when I was a kid, we used to have a DSTV, and I used to be interested in these channels for like fashion runway and all that. And I used to watch them, and I used to tell I used to tell myself I'm going to be a Victoria's Secret model one day. And I'm like, but the way they normally look, I'm like, I don't think it's physically possible for me to look that thin. But then it's still something like I was interested in, but not today. I don't think I want to be a fashion like runway model. Maybe it'll happen one day, but as of now, it's not in my interest. So I would say when I was a kid, yes, I wanted to be in fashion and modeling. But as I grew up, applying for the Dendry position wasn't in any interest to eventually become a commercial model. That came up later.
How did you get guys to start believing in what you are doing? Because you've just talked about applying for an opportunity just jokingly, and then they go ahead and now shortlist you. So when now you knew that this is now serious, this is something that I can pursue, something great can come out of this. You talked about LG. So for you, there are very many people that they can choose, but how did you position yourself to be somebody that corporates are very proud of working with you?
I would say, honestly, it has to start from God, because if it's not for Him, I don't think even these opportunities would have opened up. Because for me, I like when I'm given an opportunity, I like taking it seriously and moving with it all the way till where it can reach me. And once I started doing that, like my family started taking me seriously as well. They started encouraging me, and yes, that's what I could say. It's to be very honest, it's not something that has been like serious for me. It's just fun. When I have fun with something, I'll enjoy it, and it'll be the best thing that I will put out there if I'm having fun. And that's what I'd say I'm doing. I'm having fun.
Yeah, you've talked about Denry, and also let's talk about LG. How did that opportunity come?
Again, someone sent me an application and I applied. And so like the process for vetting was really rigorous, by the way, because we were competing with so many people across Kenya, and we're supposed to East Africa, not Kenya, by the way. And we were like close to, if I'm not wrong, 66,000 applicants. And to be part of the top 100 was something that I wasn't expecting. And I mean, I prayed for it, but like, what are the odds? You know, what are the chances? And so that's how I got the opportunity. And here I am. I learned my
How,
lesson.
yeah,
How?
how's the experiences? You know, you are mentioning very big brands that many models want to, it is their dream to even work with such brands. So how is the experience like? What did you learn? Maybe did you create friends who maybe can help you when you have an issue? How's the experience?
Um, the experience was very different because I didn't really get to interact with the people I was working with, because it was early on the onset of Corona. So what we were doing was mostly in the house. So I mean, I met the guys from Dendry, but like interacting with them on a daily basis, I feel like it wasn't an opportunity that I was given. I would say if Corona wasn't with us right now, I would have been able to, like plan for better photo shoots, videos, such things. But you work with what you're handed with, and yes, I mean, yes, I made connections, but I wouldn't say they were that fruitful. So right now, I'm just moving on as I am.
Yes. Just talking about working with these corporates, have you maybe worked with other small businesses in this country, or it's just those two corporates?
It's just those two corporates. I would say High Style, not really a corporate, but like it's just an online fashion shop. So I don't think I've worked with small brands yet.
What can you say are the things that these corporates look for when they want to hire someone? Because this information can be very useful to other people. Like, what do they need? Which type of in terms of character, maybe in terms of maybe your portfolio, what do they look at to even work with somebody like you?
Mm. I would say what I know now and what I knew then are very different. So what I knew then is basically nothing. I would just say I was diving head in and just praying it goes well, of which it did. But now that I've been put in different situations, I know what they look for is, first of all, for your pages to be popping, like not just following, but also how people engage with your content, and how you also engage with your audience. Because most of what these brands look for is mostly to market. Yes, they want to work with you, but they also want to market what they're selling. And so they want to work with someone who give them a return on their investment, ROI. So having someone with good engagement, having looking for someone who is fun and can also talk to the audience, to the specific target audience, is what they're basically looking for right now. Because now the influencing, or rather the commercial modeling outlook has changed so far in the last 2 years, and I think now they've companies have tapped into this um, process, and they now know what to look for. So That's what I would say they want.
As a content creator and also modeling, I just want you to talk about how are you able to stand out, because there are very many people doing what you are doing. So how are you able to stand out as a content creator, to stand out as a model?
I would say for me, as of now, I'm mostly a content creator. The commercial modeling bit has been a bit sidetracked. I'm more focusing on being a content creator, but not in the sense of like I want to influence people, but in the sense of like I want to have fun with it. Because as I mentioned before, when I'm having fun with something is when I realized it gives more impact compared to when I'm sitting down and I'm focused and this is what I want to do. Yes, it's good to plan, but when at the end of the day, if you're so fixed on the numbers, you forget what you're really there to do, what gives you the passion to do what you're doing at the moment.
And then I can also see that you are really passionate about traveling. So like you've been to very many places. So how did that come about, you just traveling? Because there are people who do not even like getting out of their city. But you're very passionate, you're taking pictures, you're creating content around that. So how did that even start?
I think for the longest time, me being in the house has just been a joke. Like I always want to go out and see what life has to give me. And I remember like um I always wanted to travel, and that's something I still have in my mind. Like I want to travel and see the world because there's so much out there, and the best place to start is at home. Charity begins at home. So whichever opportunity I have to see what Kenya has for us, I will take it. Be it going to Limuru Tea Plantation, be it going to, let's say, like Kisumu or Watamu, or even Wajir. Like there's so much out there, and I always look forward to having an opportunity to venture into that.
In the long run, what do you want to achieve from content creation? When you look at yourself, maybe 10 years, 20 years, what do you want to achieve from all of this?
That's actually a very good question. I think I want to be in a place where I feel fulfilled in the terms of showing people basically more of travel, to be honest. That's where I feel like I'm gearing towards to. Showing people these are places where you can go in Kenya, showing people that the world is so much like there's so much to see. So like in 10 years, I want to have been able to have done a good chunk of traveling and showcasing on my page. So help me God.
As we are finishing up, just talk about the lessons that you have learned from this content creation from the day that you started. Somebody usually starts with 0 followers and you are just building until where you are right now. So what are some of the lessons that you have learned in your journey? You've worked with these corporates, and you have quite a large following. So what can you talk about the lessons that you have learned in your journey?
I would say what I've learned is to always try and be consistent, not to lose focus, and have a driving force. Like when you wake up in the morning, what makes you want to do what you're doing right now? Like um yes, and also just don't forget to have fun. Like yes, life is serious, but please don't forget to have fun, because stress will not bargain whether it wants to be with you or not. It will come. Have fun. That's what I have to say, to be honest.
Finally, for guys who are starting out, they are afraid to even explore the world, just be passionate about what they love. What can you tell this group of people?
Honestly, fear is like the wall to your success, to be honest. If if you always sit down and you say you're fearing to do something, then that's just where you're going to stick. Like do your research, because honestly, you can't just enter a certain field without knowing what to expect, or without even having like a fragment of information of what goes on in that field that you're going into, be it content creation, be it whatever, digital marketing, whatever. You have to have certain tools in your bag to be able to push you forward. And also, don't let fear make you lose the bigger picture of what you want to achieve. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time. I wish you all the best.
Thank you too. I didn't catch your name because I know you're not called 37th Street.